Thanks for tuning in today, guys, to the Clean Cuisine. Today I've got another dairy-free coffee creamer coming at you. Right now I started off by soaking about a quarter cup of raw cashews in some hot water. I soak it in hot water just because I forgot to do it overnight. You can do it overnight with cold water, but if you're in a pinch, use hot water. And we also have some delicious dates that are already pitted. I'm going to grab 3 of those. This is going to act as my sweetener for the creamer. You can vary this to your liking. If you want it more sweet, go ahead and add more dates. Less sweet, obviously, you want to reduce the amount. So to these dates, I'm going to add boiling water right off the stove, and I'm just going to let them soak while I'm getting the rest of my ingredients together. This is going to soften up those dates and make them a lot easier to puree when I put it in my Ninja. Another ingredient I use is a pure vanilla and organic coconut cream, or you could also use a full-fat organic coconut milk. So I've drained my cashews, and I'm going to go ahead and add that to the cup of my Ninja here. And to that, I'm also going to add my can of coconut cream. You can see how thick and delicious that is. So obviously there is liquid at the bottom. Be careful if you're scooping this out. Do it carefully, otherwise your liquid will go everywhere. I have done it a few times. So go ahead and spoon that out, the whole can, and place it in there. I should note, if you are not a huge coconut flavor fan, I still like to add the coconut to give it the creaminess and the thickness, but I have also subbed out almond milk for about half of that coconut cream, so that can be done as well. I just added about a teaspoon of pure vanilla, and now I'm going to add just a little tiny bit of the liquid that's in the dates. Not a necessary step, but I do it just to, just because. I don't know. It just adds a little bit more, it changes the consistency a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and throw those dates in there and pop my top on. And we are going to blend it. I just hit the blend button, but you could just blend it anywhere from about 35 seconds to a minute. Should do the trick. Now when you're done, you will get a delicious, creamy, thick, non-dairy creamer. You can add the extra step of taking this through a sieve, guys, or a cheesecloth, or a milk bag, whatever you have on hand. I don't mind. There's a little bit of texture to it because of the nuts and the dates, but I'm perfectly fine with that. If you want it to be super strained and not have any of that consistency, go ahead and put it through a cheesecloth or a sieve. And this actually thickens up a little bit more in the fridge when it cools down too. You do want to make sure that you use it within, I'd say, about 4 to 5 days tops, because it will start to go rancid because of the nuts in there and the coconut cream. So, and right now I'm just showing you guys how I do my French press. So I've got some nice organic whole beans that I get. I always recommend, if you're going to do coffee, get the whole bean. It tastes so much better when it's freshly ground as compared to those bags that have already been ground and been sitting in the supermarket for God knows how long. So I grind my beans, I throw it in the bottom, and I will top it with boiling water and let it steep or sit for just a few minutes, and then I'll push the top down. I love doing this. I love coffee, period. I've got every contraption, but the French press is one thing that we kind of always come back to. I do not have your typical like Keurig or that sort of machine, because I believe that this type of coffee just tastes fresher and better, in my humble coffee making opinion. So I've got my coffee ready, my delicious thick coconut creamer. If you haven't had a chance, I do have another non-dairy creamer that I put up when we were doing the Whole30. I love it, but what I was missing was sort of that thicker consistency that I get when I use a heavy whipping cream or a half and half, and this will give it to you. The cashews add just that thickness to it. So, and you can see it really changes the color of your coffee. So again, it's really acting for me, it's really taking the place of that half and half that I used to love using in my coffee. So there you have it. I hope you guys enjoy this seriously is delicious. It does the trick for me every time. Leave a thumbs up if you like. Don't forget to subscribe.